What the hell? Fuck. Now you listen to me, little nigga. I let you stay here, but we have boundaries. Okay? Cooking time is my time. Want some of this? Cockroaches. I hate them. You hate them. We all hate them. Is there really anything more to say? Blackmail! Let's get. Growing up, I've always had something of a love-hate relationship with cockroaches. Okay, I think it's just a hate relationship with cockroaches. And for good reason, okay? These niggas have zero aura and zero likability. It's the reason why not a single superhero has ever been inspired by the cockroach. Never ever. Take a look at the lineup. We've had ants, beetles, spiders, wasps. Like, cockroaches have just never been invited to that party. Talk about some zero aura, zero motion detected. God damn. I wish I could also say they got zero play. But let's face it, cockroaches multiply exceptionally quickly. The average love life of a cockroach is more extensive than some of yours watching right now. And that's information you're going to have to live with every single day of your life. Now, I'm not finna be the Glazertron. Okay? So let's get back to talking about the things that cockroaches do not have. And one thing they absolutely do not have is situational awareness, nigga. Once a cockroach mistakenly manages to get into your house, best believe that nigga will be spawning everywhere like he was invited to the function. I knew I found the party. What's up? What y'all up to? True story, bro. It's 6 a.m. in the morning and I'm in the shower getting ready for work. And you already know what time it is. Okay, it's time for me to get egregiously naked and get vibey in the shower with my worship music.
Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven and earth in gleams.
I mistakenly look back in the middle of my concert, and right there on my shower curtain is this big beady-eyed cockroach staring at my ass like I'm about to drop the soap. So I step out the shower, completely naked as well. I don't even care at this point. And I'm not even terrified or anything. I'm just like, my nigga, really? It's 6 a.m. in the morning. I have work in a few hours. Why can't I just get some time to myself? A lot of you watching right now, if you were in my shoes, would have run out immediately to retrieve some kind of spray, weapon, or a trusted adult. But like I said, bro, this is 6 a.m. in the morning. I lack the time to be finagling around on some BS. And I'm a grown-ass man, bro. I hate cockroaches, but let's face it, this is hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. I could easily slime this nigga out. Because partner, this bath ain't big enough for the both of us. So after 5 seconds of thinking, completely naked in my bathroom with the shower still running, I reach for my slides, and you already know what's about to go down. And hey, poor little nigga too. He probably didn't see it coming. He probably just wanted to chill with the real one, OSNS, on some nonchalant shit. But hey nigga, I ain't Peter. So you know I smashed that shit ASAP. Rocky. Cockroaches virtually universally also have a bad rep of being evil. But I don't really think they're evil. Okay, I just think they're unbelievably clumsy. I really haven't dug too deep into the IQ levels of the average cockroach. But I find it hard to believe that they do the things that they do with any kind of conscious brain activity. Take this story of this little boy who had to be rushed to the emergency room because he had a cockroach stuck inside his ear. Putting yourself in all 6 shoes of a cockroach, what would be the rationale for doing this? This is not even essential survival. You're just messing around at this point. Bro probably crawled in on some curious shit, like he likely thought he was on a Discovery Channel or something. Ended up starring in a TLC special. And then there's this other more disturbing story about this woman who found 3 cockroaches lodged inside her. You know where no square, I ain't about to go there. Word to cockroaches, I ain't even tried to hate you. You just make it increasingly difficult not to. A major canon event as a small boy growing up was finding out that in addition to cockroaches being incredibly annoying, these niggas can also somehow fly. Boom, at the time it's me, my mom and my brother just chilling in the room on some chill type timing. I said chill twice, what the hell? And then from nowhere spawns this big ugly cockroach at the corner of the ceiling. And you know the drill, bro. We are Africans. Our footwear is multifaceted. Now, to my mans, boys and girls, let me holler at you real quick. If that's still a thing that people say. If you're ever face-to-face combat with the cockroach, do anything but throw things at them. That shit rarely ever works out well for you. So one of us throws our slipper, misses the cockroach, and that nigga genuinely starts flying across the room like fing fing. I'd never felt genuine terror like that in my life. Ever since then, periodically I find myself in prayer asking God, why make cockroaches fly for real? Nah, I'm just kidding. I've never wasted an ounce of prayer time talking about some cockroaches. It's crazy, 1 in 5 people don't even know cockroaches can fly. I just made that shit up. Like boom, there was just one time when I was still in uni. I wake up and step outside, trying to get some of that freshly risen sunrise from my circadian rhythm. And it's my roommate Joel standing outside looking profoundly baked. And I think he had just had some kind of episode with a cockroach. So he turns to me and he says, mind you, we're like 20 years old at this point. We're grown ass men. And he turns to me and he says, bro, when did cockroaches start flying? Is this the new iOS? Like, is this the new update? When did they install this feature? And I just absolutely start dying, bro. I love my bro Joel, but I feel like he low-key sped on some real shit. Cockroaches also competitively rank in the animal kingdom with some of the dumbest ways to die. One of which is getting flipped on their backs. I'm well aware there's an entire demographic of people who have an absolute panic attack on sight when seeing a cockroach. But I assure you, realistically, you have nothing to fear. Because imagine having such terrible life stats that getting flipped on your back is an instant life sentence. If you think about it, a cockroach can fall over the wrong way and it's just a slow execution from there. Just imagine that for a second, watching life itself pass you by and being completely helpless. As a human being with a blood pumping heart, you absolutely have to feel for these little niggas, bro. I cannot name a worse way to go out. Anyways, the second feature of cockroaches that's just absolutely diabolically insane how this even works is how incredibly easy it is to kill a cockroach in their sleep. And this is because when cockroaches are sleeping, not only are their senses significantly lowered, they just sit there looking vulnerable and lifeless out in the open, ready for the taking. And I have literal picture evidence of this. Like, why sleep like this? This is a threat to your entire existence. Catch a cockroach one-on-one on a good day and he's prime Bruce Lee, evading all your hooks. But manage to pull up on homeboy in his sleep and is up. But do not be mistaken. Cockroaches literally have centuries of fear and intimidation racked up to their name. The scientific term for this being cat's eye phobia. Sleepy or not, it's safe to say a lot of people would just rather not try them. Now see, the next feature I'm about to talk about is kind of different. And unless you're Australian, a lot of you may not be ballsy enough to try this. Hell bro, I'm 22 years old. I have no idea how I used to do this as a kid. But ladies and gents, homeboys and homegirls, I give you my word. The easiest way to disarm a cockroach is by holding it by its 2 antennas. And of course, I have a specific story that I can anecdotally use to explain my point. Boom, it's like 2011 at this point. Some of you niggas watching were not even born by then, deep that. It's me, my brother, and my 2 cousins. Age-wise, we had to be like 6 or 8 years old at the time. Yes, nigga, I am not saying 7. It was the morning after one of the most legendary sleepovers we ever had. But real niggas know. The morning of a sleepover is just a continuation of the BS y'all were on the night before. And after waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning to watch the Austin and Ali special, where Austin and Ali find out they have feelings for each other.
I know I can do anything, as long as I'm with you.
Out of like what I could only term as sheer evil, bro. One of us has the absolute high IQ idea to get a bunch of cockroaches by their antennas and dangle them over my oldest cousin's head while she was sleeping. And I say one of us, but nigga, I blame my older cousin. Growing up, we used to call that nigga the ringleader. Let's keep it a buck. It was more than likely his idea. And so at what was probably 8 a.m. in the morning, Me, my brother, and my 2 cousins are scurrying around my house into every crevice and corner looking for cockroaches. And keep in mind, my oldest cousin is just peacefully sleeping in the other room while the rest of us are actively plotting to ruin her morning. Brief side notes, this is probably why my oldest cousin never really messed with us growing up, because every single chance we got, we were either going through her shit or putting her through some shit. And my oh my nigga, that morning we put her through some shit. And so eventually we round up all our cockroaches. And mind you, I have a singular cockroach, nothing too crazy. And then my brother has 2, okay. And then my older cousin and his little brother have like 3 or 4 each. And I'm like, are you niggas doing this for the love of the game? Like, is this purely for the sport to you? And so we walk into the room holding our cockroaches. They're all still alive, by the way, just wrangling as we hold the antenna. And then for a split second, we just stop and just kind of think, is this going to be worth it? Like, is this all going to work out well for us? Because this was not the first time we had done some shit like this. Every single time we linked up with my cousins, it was always some shit that we're getting in trouble for. So were we really about to get in trouble on some cockroaches? We definitely did that shit. And so my oldest cousin wakes up and she's hysterical at this point, you know, and understandably so. I'd imagine it had something to do with waking up to a dozen cockroaches dangling over her face. That shit must have been insane. And me, my brother, and my 2 cousins are just absolutely dying of laughter. And this entire thing was at the expense of my oldest cousin's sanity. But my nigga, that was a good run. In retrospect, hijinks shenanigans like that was probably the reason why a lot of our sleepover requests with my cousins just never got approved. Anyways. Alright, let me get a quick word to you boys and girls, right? Some of you have probably noticed that there has been something of a dramatic drop in my video quality, in my animation quality since the last video. Y'all are not paying me enough to add color and shine to my videos, so, you know, until further notice, this is how it's going to be looking. And I assure you, the moment you start to see colors back inside my videos, I think it's probably because I'm paying somebody, because I promise you, I will never spend 3 months coloring a single video ever again. Yo, by the way, my girl be saying that I sound too American in my videos. In case your niggas didn't know, I'm actually Nigerian. You know, do I sound American to you guys? Like, I don't know, let me know. I feel like she bugging, I can't lie. On some nonchalant shit.